Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. My roses are here. What a benefit of working from home, right? Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Stacy Lang, and I am a supervising agent with our company. I have the benefit and a privilege of speaking to you first this morning and telling you a little bit about our company, where we began, who we are, what we do, how we do it, our marketing, our impact on the community, and how you can position yourself possibly with our company. We won't hold you long today. It'll be about 20, 25 minutes. I'm going to ask that you prepare and go ahead and take copious notes, get a pen and paper out. So if you have any questions, I'm pretty sure we're going to answer them throughout our presentation today. However, go ahead and take some screenshots as you see different slides in case you do have questions and you are selected for a call back at the interview. Now, before I begin on the history of our company, I do want you to know, I want to point out that our organization the positions are 100% union-based positions, as well as 100% virtual, which is a good thing because we want to make sure that you and the families that we're protecting are safe during these times. So let's begin. All right. So the history of our company, American Income Life, we actually started about 70 years ago with by a man named Bernard Rappaport, Mr. B for those who know him. Okay, so he did $25,000 of borrowed capital. And lo and behold, he didn't know in 1994 how big his visions and dreams were because he literally sold the company for about $563 million. He believed in helping the working class and just the community at large. So brick by brick, he built the organization. And now we are a subsidiary of Globe Life, which is a publicly traded company. If you want to look us up, our ticker symbol is GL on the New York Stock Exchange. And we're licensed to operate, it says in 49 states, but actually in all 50 states. New York has a few different licensing rules and things. So we do have a subsidiary company there called National Income Life. What does that mean for you? If you're selected as one of the candidates for our organization, then you and your family, if your spouse moved or something like that, then you would be able to move too, because we are, again, 100% virtual in all 50 states. So we're currently protecting over 54 million families. We currently have over more than 220 independent agency offices all over the world with 7,000 representatives in the cities across USA. Now, let me tell you a little bit about our parent company, Globe Life Insurance. Okay, with roots beginning in 1900s, Globe has the financial reputation of $192 billion of life insurance coverage in force right now. Our companies, we have more policyholders, and this is impressive. For me personally, we have more policyholders than any other insurance company in the country. That's a big deal. So Globe Life is a member of the S&P 500 index as well. So with that comes a little bit of national exposure through major leagues. So for some of our people on the line right now, I see we have some people in Texas. So I know you've seen us, our Globe Life Field. We are the official insurance company for the Dallas Cowboys, as well as Globe Life, the FC Dallas soccer team. So we have quite a bit of national exposure here. Now, when you're going into a company, you want to make sure that they can afford you now and in the future. So looking at the growth track record, we can afford you now and in the future. We're actually deemed an essential workers, an essential business as well, which is now currently, we're recession proof. What does that mean for you? If you see continuous growth all the way from 1.49 billion, we're at 3.4 billion now. We definitely can afford you now and in the future, and that's important. But it's also important to us the way we are protecting the families. We want to make sure that we have continuous growth. And as you can see, our company is over the years from as we continue to grow. And now in the last, what is it, maybe the last 8 months, we've done double digits in hiring. And that's why, because we have so many more families coming in, we're doing a big hiring campaign right now to select the right individuals to be a part of our organization. Now, of course, wherever you're working, you would love to be a part of one of the happiest places in America to work. So that's for real. We've been voted out of all the top 50, we were voted number 24 happiest place in America to work by Forbes magazine. And then we also, one of our sister companies, the Chicago offices, were the best and the brightest companies to work for as well. So what is this A+ superior rating? Well, that means that when you get involved with an insurance company, we have a third-party company that rates every insurance company for their ability to cover their policies, respond to their customers, as well as the team and employees and the agents. And this A+ rating actually means that we're able, if God forbid something were to happen today, our company would be able to pay out all of its policies and continue to pay all of the agents that are working with us. So we're in a really solid position to be in this recession-proof industry. And that's really important for you and us as well. So it's important that you know about what we do, how we do it. So ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my initial portion of speaking with you, but I have the honor and privilege of bringing forth one of our top producer and general agents, none other than Miss Fotini. I see you, Miss Fotini, handing the mic to you.
Thank you so much, Stacy. As always, you're amazing. Hi, everyone. This is Fotini here. Together, we're going to go over what we exactly do. But before we go ahead, I just want to say thank you for taking your time to be here. Actually, I see there's 122 people right now in this call. So I just want to say thank you to everyone and good morning to everyone. Now, let's go ahead with what we do. So our main focus is helping protect the assets of working families through our supplemental benefits. Now, we offer a bunch of complementary benefits such as health services discount cards to our clients, which is up to 85% discounts for their out-of-pocket expenses for pharmacy prescriptions, MRI, CT scans, vision, dental work, and more. We also offer them child safe kits, mobile apps, accidental hospitalization, and accidental death and dismemberment benefits coverage, which is about $4,000 worth of free accidental life insurance. And moreover, we do offer them with portable and permanent life insurance. So give me 1 second here. Our main focus, again, it is to help to work with our Globe partners to provide services for current Globe Life policyholders. We also provide will kit services for customers upon request, as well as the needs analysis for customers upon request. And also, we do provide complementary insurance benefits for clients that are referred to us. So, in order for our agents to be successful, we do provide all of our agents with an assortment of leads. And those leads are our will kit leads, our executive life leads, referrals, our existing customers. We have a lot of existing customers who come back to us to increase their coverages and the protection they have for their families, And also we do provide all of our agents with child safe mobile app leads, association leads, and small business leads. So all of these leads will be located on our Impact CRM technology. All agents will be able to access Impact through the phones or laptops, and it is very organized, easy, user-friendly app, and you will get the necessary training on how to use it. But just to give you just an idea about what this does is basically with a click call, you can call all of the leads there, and also it's an amazing way to plan out your day because there's an option to schedule and to have everybody organized in this app, which I'm always a freak when it comes to organizing. So that's definitely one of my favorite things. So those in the call who are like me, then you're definitely gonna love that app. But to continue with, after you've called all of these leads, then you'll be able to convert your leads into an in-home laptop presentations. Now, fortunately, with COVID, we're able to work from home. So in the past, if you had to meet people in person, now you can just do that with a click on your Zoom and just get connected to them through your laptop. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an example about what our plans look like. So all of our plans are based on hour of power theory, which means that 1 hour of the weekly paycheck goes towards protecting working families. What I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to take a quick example. Let me just pick on somebody from the call. I see Kelly here. So I'm going to take the example that of Kelly is a typical American working family. Now, Kelly, you make about $687 a week. Let's say it's about $17 an hour. So the $17 an hour is going to get you this coverage. Now, get a screenshot of this because it's a lot of things. So the $17 is going to cover you, Kelly, for $30,000 worth of freedom of choice, which means all of your final expenses will be covered for. It will cover your family for $3,000 worth of readjustment income per month, $200,000 worth of mortgage protection, $10,000 worth of child death benefits. So if anything were to happen to your child, then you would receive this money. Also, the other thing is that if you have an emergency accident, then what that means is that for every time that you go to the doctor for an emergency in the emergency room, you'll be able to receive $250. If you need to stay in the hospital for more days because it is a little more serious than you thought, then you'd get $500 per day for 365 days. And if you would need intensive care for 14 days, you would be able to receive $1,000 per day. Now, we also offer disability waiver of premium to our clients, which means that if Kelly, because I'm talking to Kelly here, so I'm taking your example. So Kelly, if God forbid you were to get disabled, then what would happen is that you won't have to pay any premiums and still be covered for life and have your family protected. Now, this is not it. There's more. Kelly, you would be able to have benefit of $100,000 worth of child's education, $50,000 worth of accidental death, $100,000 worth of automobile death, and if you were to pass away, again, God forbid, because of a common carrier accident on a train, plane, bus, you would be able, and your family would be able to receive $250,000 worth of money. Now, again, we provide our members with a terminal illness rider. So Kelly, if you have a proof of doctor that you have not more than 1 year of life, you can collect 50% of all of this amount that I just mentioned. You can use that for medical attention or even a bucket list. Then Kelly, if you're part of a union and your union goes on a strike, we offer you our strike waiver, which means that for 12 months, you don't have to pay any premiums and still have your family and yourself protected. And if you were to get laid off from work, we have our layoff waiver, which means that you don't have to pay any premiums for 6 months and still have your family and yourself protected and covered. Now, the most important of all of this is that all of the benefits that I just mentioned come for $17 a week. And also, they're all permanent and portable. Now, I know that was a lot of information. You could just get a screenshot of this through your phones. I hope that it gives you an idea about what our plans look like. So this was my part of the presentation. And right now, what I'm going to do is hand it over to our Master General Agent, which is a dear friend of mine. I've known her since college, and I've been having the pleasure to work with her for some time now. Ma'am, the mic is yours, and thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Vatini. So hello, everyone, Atlanta, Texas, Utah. I see all of you guys on here. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over a few more things, like the compensation, some of the requirements, and a couple more things. So make sure you're still keeping good notes and take a screenshot whenever you need to, okay? All right, so first let's move into compensation. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been waiting for this part. So basically, we are designed to meet families and help protect those families. It is 15 people that you're supposed to see per week. The average closing ratio is about 33%, and we get paid based off of our ALP. If you're familiar with that acronym, it stands for Annualized Life Premium. So it's whatever the person's paying per month, and you want to annualize it, so times 12. So our average policy size is about $66 a month. So when you take 66 times 12, that's how you get this 800 here you see. So you're doing that 3 times in that week. So 3 times 800, that's how you get the 2,400. Now, as you remember, I just said, coming in as an individual producer, you're at a 50% commission. So that means out of the 2,400, what's half of 2,400? Well, I can't hear you guys, but it's 1,200. On a weekly basis, we actually get advanced 75% of that. And this helps break down what that means a little further. So for an average agent, just closing 1 out of 5, the 3 people out of those 15, they're looking to take home $936 in advance. It's nice too, because as I said, it's 75%. The other 25%, it's still yours. It just goes into your bucket account. So it's kind of like an internal bank account with the company. So that's your advance. We also have weekly bonuses. And the way to qualify for these weekly bonuses is once you hit 1,000 in an annualized life premium for the month, you start getting into different brackets. So you can get anywhere between 10 to 20% on top of what you made for your ALP. So this individual took home an additional $307, which gave them the grand total of about $1,200. So, I like to say all the time, everything in this business and industry, it's all about consistency. So an agent who's consistently doing this throughout the year, they're looking to start off around like 62,000 on average. Now, let's say you suck at this and you're only able to protect 2 out of the families that you see in the week. Those agents, again, will work more with them, but they typically start off around like 40,000, and that's if you're not so great at talking to people, so on and so forth. So take a screenshot of that. That is how the advances and bonuses work. Now I'm going to roll into our renewals. We actually have a lot of different streams of income. Renewals is actually probably my favorite. It's basically just getting paid to be alive, and what better thing can you ask for, So the way that these renewals work, and I'm going to pick on one if you guys here, I'm going to go with Mark. So Mark, let's say today you enroll a family in a policy, right? And then a year passes by. Now this time next year, you're going to start getting an additional check. And one day you're going to look at your bank account like, where did this come from? So that's actually your renewals. So after the 13th month of a policyholder holding that policy, you're going to get an additional 5% of what they're paying into it on a monthly basis. And the nice thing about that is we have a vesting program. So every year you're with us, you're vested. So the first year you're 10% vested. The second year is 20, third year 30. So it goes up to the 10th year. When you hit your 10th year with us, you're actually vested 100% for life. And when I say for life, I'm not talking about for your life, but the lifetime of the policy or the policyholder. So let's say, God forbid, Mark, you were to pass away. That renewal check doesn't pass away with you. So you can actually assign which family member or friend that you wanted that check to go to after you were to pass away. So that's the really nice thing about renewals. Now this breaks down a bit more what those renewals look like compounded over the course of 5 years. So this is still going off of that average agent we just talked about earlier, who was doing the 15 presentations and closing 3. In a real world situation, if you're doing that for 5 years, you're going to get good enough at it to not close just 3 out of 15. But again, just for example purposes, one of our mottos here too is always to, under promise so we can over deliver. So that is how that would look like in the future. Now, I'm going to go, like I said, we have a lot of different streams of income. So I went over the bonuses, the renewals. There's also growth bonuses. There's leadership bonuses. And a cool one too is a personal recruiting bonus. So actually in your first 90 days you're with the company, let's say you love what you do and you have a friend that you think would do fantastic in it too. For every family member, friend, or whoever you bring aboard with you too, and we hire them, we'll actually pay you $750 per person that you bring in. So that's another pretty cool thing. If you guys know any of your friends and you want to have a work buddy that you knew from like ages ago, that's a cool way to bring them in as well. So again, all of, we make sure that we have a lot of training that goes on, because some people, this might be your guys' first time in the insurance industry. So we always make sure that whether it's the customer service, whether it's leadership, or, whatever, anything in between, that there's always enough training. So to make sure that people excel in this, because really we're on a winning team. So, when people around you are winning, you're winning. So, it's a win-win for everybody. And with that being said, since we have all those different types of training, all of our promotions are they're all sourced from within, right? So coming into it, so here you see benefits enroller. So this is a career agent, right? So this is where everyone starts. At this time, you're pretty much learning the business, learning the ins and out of it, the products, how to, interact with customers, learning Zoom if you're not used to Zoom. So all of that, like, preliminary things are going on in that beginning phases. Now, we are, like I said, the only unionized insurance company in America, right? So what that basically means on the employment side of it is all the promotions are merit-based, right? So all of the criteria you have to reach, we actually have handbooks and everything that'll say if you do X, Y, and Z, you're eligible to make that next promotion. So if you are somebody who's looking to advance and you want an actual way of measuring it, not measuring it by, oh, I bought the Boss coffee this week, so I'm getting a promotion. We don't roll like that. So anyways, this is what our career track looks like. And so some of the characteristics that we look for when it comes to bringing in whether it's our leadership team, whether it's new agents, and just as a culture in whole, consists of team builders. So if you've been maybe like a teacher, a coach, a mentor, a big sister, a big brother, leadership comes in so many different ways. So that's one of the things we look for. We also look for people who have a strong passion for helping people. Right. So on the outside looking in, you'll be like, oh, it's sales, it's insurance, it's this, it's that. But really, sure, on the surface level, maybe. But once you get into it, you'll realize that it's really about having that passion for helping people. And at the end of the day, people can sense that. Right. So if you have, I don't know, let's say that you're really just seeing somebody primarily just to get a check. You don't care about the person. You don't even know their name by the end of it. That's not really what we're here to do. So if that's really your style, I don't think this is the best path for you necessarily. But anyways, we'll go to the next point here. So the next thing is the ability to be coachable. So this is really important. My thing is when you're listening, you're constantly obtaining information. And as long as you're learning, you're growing. So, you know, having that ability to be coachable, to come into this new field, like a deer in headlights pretty much, and being able to, you know, learn the system, learn from leadership, learn from, you know, your neighbor, whoever, and just being able to, you know, get acclimated to everything. That's another big thing. People with a high sense of integrity. So that's big. I think that one speaks for itself. And also people with a high self-worth. So, you know, you really want to have that bigger expectation for yourself in general. So again, those are just some of the characteristics we're looking for. Now I'm going to go into some of the eligibility requirements. So this is another part you guys want to make sure you guys have written down. Screenshot it if you got to. So basically, some of those eligibility requirements, the first one is computer literacy. So it's 2020, we're all on Zoom, we have internet. So this one, I'm pretty sure most of you are good on this one. The computer, it does have to be Windows based. So any Mac users or Chromebooks out there, just make sure you have access to a Windows operating system. So that's the first requirement. The next thing, again, it's 2020, you know the spiel, but a smartphone is the next thing. We also run background checks and fingerprint everybody as well. So hopefully we won't have any issues with that. We all get permanent licenses and life and health insurance in the state of Georgia or whatever state you're in. And I'll go over that step in this next slide. All of our agents also get a personal benefits package. So all of the packages is really for credibility. You know, you can't really sell something that you don't have yourself. I've seen policies range from like $15 to $50 for agents. And again, like, you know, if you're on with a presentation and they ask you, well, where's your package? And you don't have one, it's not a good look. So for credibility purposes, we all get personal benefits packages. There is training class registration and family support. So make sure you speak to your families, your wives, your husbands, your kids, your friends, whoever about this, and, you know, make sure that they have your support and have your back in this process. All right, so again, here are the steps to get licensed in most states. So first is the pre-licensing training class. We do it through Excel. So again, it's an online class, it's self-paced. It typically takes people anywhere between 5 days to 2 weeks to complete the course. And that's a $200 fee. Once you pass that course, then you take the state exam through Pearson VUE, and that's another $63 fee. And once you've passed that exam on the first try, then it's the Georgia licensing fee. So that'll consist of your background checks, fingerprinting, and other state fees. So in total, you're looking at $410 to get licensed. And this, again, is in the state of Georgia. Some states it's a bit more, some states it's a little bit less, but most of you guys are from Georgia. So that's why I use this example. So basically, again, $410 to get licensed. Now here in our gifted agency, we believe that if you're planning to, you know, if you're wanting to make that investment in yourself, which in my opinion, that's the most important investment you'll ever make in your life, in yourself. But if you're willing to do that, we're actually willing to help you out too, and help make sure that you get licensed after that initial $200 fee. So we'll help you with the remaining $210. All right. So, you know, here's like a couple of incentives. You know, we always like to try to make sure that, you know, there's always fun included too, because who doesn't like fun? And honestly, one of my favorite versions of fun is travel. So, you know, this is one of the big things for me and a lot of, you know, everybody else too. So this is like a really huge thing everybody looks forward to each year. We always have conventions, and it's really nice because the company actually it's like all expenses paid for. You'll be like in the best of the best hotels, like it's a really good time, and you can even invite your family members and they'll pay for them too. It's really cool, actually. But in the past, we've been to places like France, Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and Vegas. Now, I know you guys know what everyone says about Vegas. Whatever happens there stays there. But I was able to get a couple pictures, so we brought those back. All right. So one of the other huge things that are really important, especially to me personally, is, you know, making a difference. Right. So I think in life, you know, when you're able to give, right? Give back. It does something to you internally too. So it makes you happier. There's so many studies done about it, and I'm not going to get into it because that's going to be a whole different presentation of its own. But basically, our drive to make sure that the places that we visit in the past, so all of those places we've gone on convention, like the Bahamas, even Vegas and New York, we always make sure we leave those places better than what we found them with our Make Tomorrow Better program. It started in 2012, and ever since we've actually donated over $1 million to local organizations and different charities throughout that area as well. So that was a really nice thing that stuck out to me personally. So now I'm going to turn it back to Dr. Stacy Lang. I hope that was informative to you guys, and I hope you guys caught all of that. So Stacy is going to tell you about a couple of the next steps. And Stacy, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much for our Master General Agent, ma'am. She did a phenomenal job. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You've made it to the end of our presentation today. So listen, don't hang up. Stay here on the Zoom because we're going to give you a survey immediately following this Zoom. You must complete the survey to show and give us your information on your interest in the position and information that you just heard about. You'll also get a call from one of our supervising agents and one of our hiring managers to schedule a one-on-one personal interview with you. And then we do some professional vetting in that process that you heard about. And we'll want to get you prepared for the training class and be prepared for a full-time career with us. So, but don't go anywhere. We have that survey for you to complete immediately following this information.